It's the dead of night, snow is hammering sideways, and an Airbus A320 with 138 people on board is dropping out of a black sky toward Halifax, Canada. March 29, 2015. Air Canada Flight 624. Two extremely experienced pilots, a perfectly healthy plane, and a runway that suddenly feels a million miles away. This is the story of the night an entire airport lost power. Because an airplane hit it first, the flight leaves Toronto Pearson on time at 9:05 p.m. local, 10:05 Atlantic. Captain, 12,000 hours. First officer, almost 11,000. Both type-rated on the A320 for years. The aircraft itself is 24 years old but freshly out of a major check, basically middle-aged and in great shape. Everything is normal. Until the weather forecast for Halifax starts looking like a horror movie. By the time they're halfway across New Brunswick, Halifax is getting absolutely blasted, 24-knot direct crosswind from the north, heavy snow reducing visibility to half a statute mile, sometimes less, cloud bases down to 400 to 600 feet, runway 05 is the only realistic option, but it only has a localizer. No vertical glide slope guidance. That means the pilots have to fly what we call a non-precision approach in a full blizzard. They brief Moncton as their alternate, just 100 miles away. Smart move, they enter a hold west of the airport. Fuel is fine. But nobody wants to be up there all night. After 25 minutes, visibility pops up to exactly half a mile, the published minimums for this approach. Tower clears them straight in for the localizer approach to runway 05. Go/no-go moment. They accept. Here's the invisible killer nobody sees coming. It's -6 degrees Celsius on the ground. Cold air makes your altimeter lie. It reads higher than you actually are. So the crew correctly adds about 200 feet of altitude correction and flies the approach at a slightly steeper 3.5 degrees path instead of the normal 3 degrees. They calculate they must not descend below 813 feet on the radio altimeter until they have the runway environment in sight. Sounds safe on paper, 7 miles out they're rock solid on the localizer. Gear down, flaps full, checklist complete. At 4.6 miles they switch the autopilot to flight path angle mode, -3.5 degrees, and start the final descent. Snow is so thick the windshield looks like a TV with no signal. Runway lights are on medium intensity, not maximum. That detail investigators will obsess over later. Here's what the crew doesn't fully realize. In strong, gusty winds, the flight path angle mode does not automatically correct for wind changes like a normal managed glide slope would. Without continuous monitoring and small corrections, the jet slowly, silently sinks below the intended path. The radio altimeter calls 400. 300, 200. At exactly 813 feet the first officer calls minimums, approach lights in sight. Captain replies landing and keeps the autopilot engaged a few more seconds to stay stable. 100 feet above the ground the captain clicks on the landing lights. For the first time they see the runway threshold rushing up. But something looks wrong. Way too fast, way too low. He disconnects the autopilot and pulls back hard. Too late, the tail strikes a localizer antenna 1,100 feet before the runway threshold. Sparks explode into the night. The plane hits a snowbank, the left main gear is ripped off instantly, the left engine tears away, fuel starts spraying. The jet skids sideways, the horizontal stabilizer snaps, the fuselage breaks open like a tin can. It slides almost 2,400 feet through deep snow, knocks out the entire airport's power grid when it severs a main feeder line, and finally screeches to a stop just short of a 100-foot ravine. Total silence. Then panic inside. Emergency lights flicker on. Flight attendants yell, "Unfasten. Come this way. Leave everything." For slides deploy in the dark and minus 40 degrees Celsius wind chill. 138 people, every single one makes it out alive. 25 are injured, some seriously, but 0 fatalities. In aviation we call that a miracle wrapped in a disaster. The official report found multiple layers. 1. The descent path was never properly monitored after passing the final fix. Wind gusts pushed them low and it went unnoticed. 2. Company policy at the time did not require continuous vertical monitoring on non-precision approaches. It does now. 3. Runway lights were not set to maximum brightness. 4. No precision approach path indicator, PAPI, lights were visible in the heavy snow to warn them they were low. 5. The power line they hit actually saved them. It bled off speed and kept them from plunging into the ravine. Air Canada immediately changed procedures, mandatory continuous path monitoring on all non-precision approaches, better cold weather altimeter training, new simulator scenarios exactly like this one. Halifax Airport upgraded lighting and added more precise approach systems. One snowy night in Canada made every A320 pilot in the world sharper. Air Canada A624 is proof of 2 things that will never change in aviation: Mother Nature is undefeated. But the system that learns from every close call is getting stronger every single day. So that's the insane story of the night Halifax airport lights went dark because a jet flew into the power cables. If you felt your heart rate go up even once during this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, drop a comment with your own close call flight story, and subscribe because next week we're covering another one that should have been impossible to survive. Until then, stay curious, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.